Welcome to the credit video for Let's Play Tiny and Big, Grandpa's Leftovers. Man, this is loud. So I am not talking yet. Welcome. Well, what do you say about that? I couldn't help but notice that he didn't seem to be wearing the radio at the end there. Weird. Yeah, 6 levels. Dawning of the Path. There's the tutorial, then the bowl of drying, from altitude on upwards, the horrible moment, unusual disturbance, buried, and donning of the pants. I'm just going to jump into the first level so that you don't have this looping thing in the background. But yeah, this is an interesting game, and I can tell a lot of, someone put a lot of effort into this. They, the thing with the mechanics is, pretty unique. I don't know. Being able to slice up and manipulate the environment so easily is actually really cool. You know, I could see coming up with really creative ways to just mess with stuff. Oops. But I don't know. I can think of I can see people like using this to just find incredibly creative ways to get around the levels. It was just never intended. And I think that's kind of the point of the game. But, I don't know. The music's pretty good, for the most part. It's cool that they gave some indie bands some exposure like this. And, I especially think it's neat that they gave it such a distinctive art style. I mean, yeah, for the most part they're just depicting deserts and stuff, but I can't even tell if the characters are meant to be human or not. I don't know. The fact of the matter is, when, you know, these cutting mechanics, when cutting and slicing and moving stuff through the level, when this is the only mechanic in the game, it feels kind of lacking. Hey, here's a god in the first level. The god of trying. Scientists think they depict the almighty gods who built this universe. Find the manifestations of arrogance. I don't know, I was trying to get my thoughts in order here. Call me done, complete the game. That's what I thought it was, but... Okay, I cut off a bunch of rambling there because I was getting off track and losing focus and making a mess out of the summary. So I'm going to try and sum things up. I'll probably repeat some of the stuff I'd already said, but whatever. The game's mechanics, you know, slicing and manipulating pieces of the environment, that's actually really cool. And I've never seen a game that lets you do that so effortlessly. Just carve up giant rocks and move them around to create your own platforms, find your own way up a mountain. I mean, I had trouble with it at first, but that one puzzle where they just present you with a great big cube and say, carve this up in a way that lets you get to the top, that was actually pretty cool. But at the same time, when all this, when that is the only mechanic in the game, it kind of makes things feel like a tech demo. You know, like this is something that would be part of a bigger, more fleshed out game with combat or puzzle solving or something. So, you know, and collecting the music is interesting, but it's not very compelling. And while I appreciate the joke in making the meaningless collectibles boring rocks, you know, the fact that they emphasize their meaninglessness just makes it even harder to care about finding lots of them. Nice depth of field effects, though. I'll give them that. And, you know, when you add that to the fact that the storyline is incredibly basic, you know, just Big stole the pants, Tiny and the radio have to, chase him to the end of every level. Well, it doesn't make things, you know, it doesn't help make things more interesting or more exciting or really anything else. Great, one more achievement. Pest control. Late revenge for clogging up my basement. I bet that's a I bet that's. I bet that means I've killed all of the a number equal to all of the ones in the first level. I don't know. My final conclusion is that I don't recommend this game, guys. It's not a bad game. Not by any stretch of the imagination. I have definitely played worse than this. I would rather play Tiny and Big again than, you know, Bionic Commando, or, you know, especially more than, you know, Joe's Adventures, the crappy DLC for the otherwise pretty good Mafia 2. No spines. But at the same time, it's just not a very good game. It's just kind of there. I'm not sorry I played it, and I'm glad I finally got around to it. It just left a bit to be desired. I'm not a game reviewer, you know, don't take my word as the gospel. If you thought this looked interesting, by all means pick it up, especially if you see it go on sale. I think it happens pretty regularly. If these guys made a sequel to this with a bit more to it, I would be interested in checking that out. But for now, I think I've said all there really is to say on the subject. Poor taxi robot. I like that there are only 4 characters in a game, and that was the sum total of the dialogue of one of them. Well, all that being said, I'm BurningDogFace, and I'm still glad you decided to join me. I hope you enjoyed yourselves in watching, and I apologize for losing my temper in the last, session. I'm only human, after all. So on behalf of myself, Tiny... Oh, look at that, you can get the tips from... Oh no, never mind, that was him interpreting that as me wanting to cut something. Yes, on behalf of myself, Tiny, and our good friend the radio, thank you for joining me for Let's Play Tiny and Big, Grandpa's Leftovers. I'm BurningDogFace, and I'll see you on whatever my next video series is. Later!